Once upon a time, in a small town on a quiet street, where the smell of freshly baked pastries always woke earlier than the sun, there lived a girl named Lotta. She worked in an old bakery everyone in the neighborhood knew. Outside the city was just beginning to wake. The sky still held a shade of deep violet, as if the night was reluctant to leave. Streetlights cast golden pools on the cobblestones, and the distant hum of the first trams rolled through the quiet streets. Somewhere, a bicycle bell rang faintly, and the soft clatter of footsteps echoed as bakers, florists, and sleepy workers hurried toward another day. Every morning she was already by the oven, her hands dusted with flour, her cheeks rosy from the warmth, and the air filled with the sweet scent of fresh pastries. Lotta's buns were so soft they seemed to remember the touch of clouds. The coffee she brewed had a strange magic. It calmed people down, as if it took away all their worries and left only a warm moment of peace. But no one knew that this bakery was only half of Lotta's life. For when night fell and the last ray of sunlight faded from the rooftops, she would take out an ancient book, one that looked as though it had been forgotten in a library centuries ago. Its cover was dark blue, like the sky before a storm, and its letters shone faintly, as if alive. Lotta read only a few lines, and the world around her began to change. The room with the oven dissolved, the smell of cinnamon faded, and a new fragrance took its place: fresh dew, damp moss, and night-blooming flowers. She found herself in a world called Fayrea, a land that could not be found on any map. Here, trees sang when moonlight touched their leaves, rivers glowed in the dark, and deep beneath their waters floated tiny lights, not fish, but the memories of those who once dreamed. Fairies lived here, along with elves and mysterious creatures with eyes like drops of rain. The fairies had wings transparent as morning mist and could weave music out of light. The elves, tall as birches with hair like autumn gold, were the keepers of time. They made sure days and nights never tangled, for the balance of time held the peace of the world together. Whenever Lotta arrived in Fayrea, everyone greeted her as an old friend. They called her the Keeper of Scents, for her hands remembered every aroma of the human world: honey, bread, coffee, snow. The fairies asked her to bake the moon bread, delicate glowing buns that shimmered in the dark. Whoever tasted them would fall into a deep, peaceful dream. One day, Lotta learned of a place in Fayrea where no human had ever been: the Valley of Serenity. They said a great tree grew there, one that knew the answers to every question in existence. Its leaves whispered like an ancient song, and if you placed your hand upon its bark, you could hear your true heart, the one that held all your dreams. Lotta set out to find it, carrying a small basket of bread and a bottle of coffee she had made earlier in the bakery. The road was long. She had to cross the silver forest, where trees intertwined their branches into arches, and the bridge of dewdrops, which could vanish if one stepped without care. But Lotta was not afraid. She felt her heartbeat blending with the quiet music of this world. In the Valley of Serenity, all was still, so still that she could hear the breath of the wind itself. Amid flowers that looked like stars stood the tree, vast, with branches touching the clouds. Lotta placed a piece of her bread upon its roots and whispered, "I want to know why people forget how to dream." The tree murmured back, its voice soft and ancient, like a childhood lullaby. Because they stopped listening to silence. They chase the noise of the world and forget that dreams are born where warm bread smells like home and coffee tastes like comfort. Lotta understood. That was her gift, to bring people not just pastries and coffee, but the quiet peace their hearts had lost. When she returned to her bakery at dawn, the scent of cinnamon was deeper than ever before. Those who entered felt something stir inside them, something warm and familiar like the memory of an old dream. From that night on, Lotta opened her book again and again, visiting Fayrea, where fairies danced in starlight, elves sang of the past, and the night's dew hummed like a lullaby. And when she finally drifted to sleep, the book glowed softly beside her bed, a reminder that magic lives close to us all, hidden between the pages of an ordinary life.